Rabies, George W. Bush, and the AK-47 are all on this day. Hey, welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 6th. It is the 188th day of the year. There are 178 days left in 2020. It is the 27th Monday also. Today is National Fried Chicken Day. National Fried Chicken Day encourages the consumption of fried chicken. That's what the website says. Encourages the consumption of fried chicken. I don't need a day to encourage that. I do fine on my own. Fried chicken is typically made by dipping the chicken in an egg with batter. That doesn't even sound right. You take the egg out of the chicken, then you dip it back in it, and then you eat it. That's weird. Anyway, moving on. The chicken is then seasoned and fried. Fried chicken was first popularized by the Scottish. I did not know that. Prior to World War II, fried chicken was considered a delicacy that was served on special occasions only. These days, they have a handful of fast food places that'll serve that delicacy to you for under $10. All right, let's see what else July 6th has given us. 1854, Jackson, Michigan becomes the location for the first convention of the United States Republican Party. This year, I think they're trying to do Florida with the whole COVID-19. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see. 1885, Louis Pasteur successfully tests his vaccine against rabies on Joseph Meister, a boy who was bitten by a rabid dog. Prior to this, the vaccine had been proven to be effective on dogs only, never tried on humans. He had no effects from the rabies or the vaccine. He was perfectly fine. 1892, 3,800 striking steelworkers engage in a day-long battle with the Pinkerton agents during the Homestead Strike, leaving 10 dead and dozens wounded. This all started because Carnegie Steel made major technological innovations which made producing steel easier and faster. As the mills expanded, the labor force grew rapidly, especially in the unskilled worker department. This led to a lot of problems. Wages started going down and the steel workers grew angry. And yeah, 10 people died from that. 1942, Anne Frank and her family go into hiding in the secret annex above her father's office in an Amsterdam warehouse. 1944, the Hartford Circus Fire, one of America's worst fire disasters. The fire killed 168 and injured over 700 people in Hartford, Connecticut. The fire occurred during an afternoon performance of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's Circus that was attended by 6,000 to 8,000 people. It started as a small fire after the Lions performed, and to this day, the cause of the fire remains unsolved. And of course, it's going to be that way forever because they don't have a bunch of videotape to go over and check things out way back then. 1944, Jackie Robinson refuses to move to the back of the bus, leading to a court-martial. The military had stopped the practice of segregating buses, but the bus driver, I guess, didn't get the memo. Now, he ordered him to the back, he refused, and at the end of the line, the bus driver reported this to 2 MPs that were there, military police, in case you don't know. They, I guess, didn't get the memo either, because they arrested him. So then it turned into this big whole thing, and I guess the JAG office, which is the lawyers for the military, they didn't get the memo either, because they eventually court-martialed him. 1947, the AK-47 goes into production in the Soviet Union. Now, whether you're a gun enthusiast or not, this is an amazing weapon because it's, 1947, it was created and it's gone unchanged. They've had some few tweaks here or there, usually with materials, but for the most part, this is a weapon that is still in heavy production and heavy use that was created over 70 years ago. Weird. 1957, John Lennon and Paul McCartney meet for the first time. 3 years later, they form the Beatles. Also in 1957, Althea Gibson wins the Wimbledon Championship, becoming the first black athlete to do this. This is the oldest tennis tournament in the world and is regarded by many as the most prestigious. She repeated her win the following year. 1988, the Piper Alpha drilling platform in the North Sea is destroyed by an explosion and some fires. Now I remember this one. 167 oil workers were killed. There was like 220, but 167 oil workers died in this accident, making it the world's worst offshore drilling disaster in terms of loss of life. The explosions were caused by a faulty pump. Basically, they have these 2 pumps that need to be running, at least one of them does. Well, they were doing maintenance on one of them, and all of a sudden the other one had an error. The one that was having maintenance done to it, they tried to bring that one back online, and something went wrong. Like there was a valve that wasn't placed properly or something, and the whole thing blew up. It was sad. This was the #1 oil platform in the world. On a single day, it would produce more barrels of oil than any other rig or platform on the planet. Movies released on July 6, 1994, Forrest Gump, an amazing movie starring Tom Hanks. Great movie. I mean, think about it. 1994, they used computers to make it look like he was actually meeting Lyndon Johnson and John F. Kennedy and all these other historical people. It was amazing. These days, if you look at it, you're all, oh, we could probably do better. But at the time, it was mind-blowing. Born on July 6, 1946, George W. Bush. American businessman and politician. Most people don't know he was anything ever but the president's son and the president of the United States. Nobody knew he ran the Texas Rangers baseball team and had some businesses. It's kind of weird. I liked him as a president. 1946, also, Sylvester Stallone is born. American actor, director, and screenwriter. Screenwriter is very important. I talked about this a couple weeks ago on the release date of Rocky. He wrote the script for Rocky. And then many people tried to buy it from him for more money than it was probably worth at the time. Movies, I forget the exact price. People were offering him double and triple the going price for a script from a basically unknown screenwriter was going for. He stuck to his guns because he wanted to play the part of Rocky. They finally let him, and it made his career. 1979, Kevin Hart, American comedian, actor, and producer. He is known for his roles in Scary Movie 3, Paper Soldiers, Undeclared, as well as Ride Along and Ride Along 2. Died on July 6th, Buddy Epps, American actor, singer, and dancer. He is best known for his role on the Beverly Hillbillies between 1962 and 1971, and then later on, Barnaby Jones, which my wife loved that show. He died at the age of 95 due to respiratory failure. 2009, Robert McNamara dies. American businessman and politician. He was the 8th United States Secretary of Defense. This guy had an amazing life. If you ever want to see a good documentary, watch The Fog of War. It was filmed before he died, and they had some really neat interviews with him. It was very, very interesting. Alright, so that's our video today. Nothing terribly exciting went on today, but some things. Anyway, if you like what we're doing here, please feel free to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.